right, it is 10:48 tonight. It's Tuesday, December 23rd, 2025, and it doesn't feel like a Tuesday. It feels like a Friday night. Just got back. It was good. The last couple nights, last couple days have been just like maintaining workload. So like not a whole lot is coming in because of the holidays. Like there's like probably a third of the Slack message you'll usually get throughout the day. We spent the last pretty much 2 weeks prepping to get ahead on all the scripts for clients, so we're ahead on that front as well. So it's been a lot of like maintain the workflow. So there's not like a whole bunch to report on today. But woke up, got to work, was reviewing. I think I reviewed over 80 videos today. I know there's like 80 that I needed to review that were in like my pie on ClickUp. We built a bit of a dashboard on ClickUp. You might see from time to time, and these videos are on my stories, where it'll show like who's responsible for what throughout the board. And in this case, I needed to review like 80 videos, so did that this morning. Assigned the files from Nashville to be edited, submitted a lot of videos to clients, so sort of like maintain. And then around noon, a little before noon, went out for a run. Tuesdays are always the toughest running days. They're anywhere from like usually 7 or 8 miles. And like with some ruthless, at least at this stage, I feel it's ruthless speed in the middle of those workouts. So today was a 2 mile run, which I did up to the track, like 2 miles easy. And then was 4 minutes at 5:30. 3 minutes at 5:15, 2 minutes at 5:10, and then 3 by 1 minute at 5 minutes flat, which like I'm not at those paces yet. That was the workout that was set. We missed each of them by a little bit. I've no excuses. I should be hitting the paces at this point if we want to hit our goal. We're going for a 1:14 half marathon here in Syracuse in March, and we should be at those paces right now. But I mean, this is to keep in mind, like we're going out to the track and the track is covered in snow. Half the track is covered in snow. Super shoes are in Arizona, so we used regular shoes on a snowy track, and we're still hitting pretty good paces. So that was in terms of the run today. Came back, took a shower. One thing I've noticed as I've been home and doing less work this time around and like not stressing as much, I've been noticing a lot of thoughts come into my head about like what needs to be done in terms of business and like thinking bigger. One of the podcasts I was listening to, my friend James recommended it to me, was the wealthiest man in New Zealand went on the My First Million podcast and was just talking about how he was like sleeping at a stall in Hong Kong, like pushing his toys at the beginning when he started his first toy business. It just like made me want to hustle even more. So it really has been like expanding my mind in terms of like what goals we should put on the board for 2026 and what we should really like strive to achieve. So the next phase, and I'll have this sorted out tomorrow when I go over, we'll go over to my dad's tomorrow, because the one thing that's kind of like isn't planned yet is what's going to happen for the new year. And I mean, I know we'll be like, I want to have a quality like 2 or 3 days of like airplane mode where I'm just going through my quick capture in Notion, sorting it by priority, coming up with a game plan, because I've been taking some really great notes in terms of like what needs to happen in terms of 2026 for goals. So that was that. And then after I took a shower, wrote some notes down, went to the dentist. I got my teeth cleaned, which I said I was doing a good job with the floss and the retainer. And I was like, thanks. My dentist here is actually retiring. He decided on December 17th that he was retiring on December 30th. So it's like interesting play. I hope he's all good and everything's okay. This is kind of like very abrupt, like retirement. But good for him. He's been at the practice for a while. After that, came back, was just reviewing some more videos, answering some messages, and then went to go see a play with my mom and my brother. We always watch Christmas Story on Christmas every year, kind of like on repeat. So went to go see the Christmas Story like live play here in Syracuse, and that was pretty cool. It was the first play. I've gone a couple plays when I was in like middle school, and they like bring you to play and stuff. But this is the first one I actually like remember and pay attention to, so it was pretty cool. It's good to see. Came back. Now it's 10:52. film this video, answer a few messages, and then hit the sheets for the night. My sleep schedule is definitely a little bit off. I've been going to sleep at like 11, 12, 1, sometimes even 2 each night. I'm not like it. Maybe this is something I'll regret, but I don't think I will. But I've like not really been. I haven't been as diligent on the sleep schedule since I got back. Like it's just there hasn't been as much work to do. No one's really getting up around the house until like 9, 10, and there's no like pressing fires that we need to handle in terms of the business, which is great. So I've just been kind of staying up late, sleeping later, which is not a good cycle. It needs to be broken, but either way, I'm gonna handle a little bit more work and then go to sleep tonight. Tomorrow will be Christmas Eve. I will hang out with my dad pretty much all day, and then the day after will be Christmas. So that being said, I'm gonna bounce for the night. It was good chatting, and see you tomorrow.